Hello and welcome to another video from Dazatron's Diorama Llama. So in this video we're going to have a look at a display hack for my Mighty Max figures. You might have a Mighty Max collection yourself, or you might have some other suitable figures that this display hack could work for. So if you've never heard of Mighty Max, this was a toy line from the 1990s by a company called Bluebird. And it was essentially their boys' version of Polly Pocket. Their Polly Pocket essentially were just like miniature dolls' houses. You'd have like little swings and slides and all sorts of kind of little kind of play pieces within the play set itself. But the designers of these toys really stepped it up for the Mighty Max range. Because I suppose essentially boys aren't interested in a doll's house. They want something much kind of cooler. So they kind of came with their own comic. Is much more about the adventures that Mighty Max would go on and kind of the creatures he would encounter. And they are just a fantastic toy line. Now, I was really too old when these came out. I'd stopped collecting by then, as you know, I'm predominantly a Transformers collector. And so I kind of missed these. And I saw them on Slimehouse TV, which you'd have heard me mention before. It is Theo Kane's YouTube channel, and I would highly recommend you checking it out. And he was on there. He did a video quite a while ago now on the Mighty Max line. And I just really was taken by these, because I like toys where they have cool engineering. That's really what drew me back to Transformers. Was, you know, they are just such good toys. They're not just vehicles. They transform into robots. You know, there's lots of play value there. And as an artist, I can appreciate the creativity that goes into them. So when I saw this toy line and the amount of imagination that kind of comes packed in each toy, it just kind of blew my mind. The detail in these are fantastic. You get, again, different kind of characters within there. There's lots of kind of things that kind of move around and kind of move apart. So again, the play value is great, and they're just a really cool toy just to appreciate actually the imagination that's gone into them. Now, the other reason I was drawn to this line is I don't have a lot of display space. And when I first saw these, because they have a flat back on them, I thought, actually, these could be displayed on the side of one of my Billy bookcases. I just wasn't too sure how to do that without damaging the bookcase itself. I'd seen people kind of hang up Lego on walls or units using kind of just like, you know, like almost like a picture frame system, just attaching some wire to the back and then hanging it on a hook. But unfortunately, there's no holes on the back of the Mighty Max toys for me to be able to do that. So I needed to find another solution. So that's what really today's video is about, which I'll show you in a moment. So just going back to the toys themselves, you can see me kind of just pulling out some of the different pieces, like the vehicles that you get inside here. And you get some of the kind of the different, you get like a little kind of baddie or villain within each one. And of course you get the Mighty Max figure himself. And there's usually like a little kind of indent in some of the kind of different parts so that you can kind of ride this vehicle, as you can see there. And what's amazing is that how it all kind of collapses together. So going back to the display options, as you can see here, I wanted to be able to hang these up in some way onto the side of my Billy bookcase, just so it takes up less shelf space. And what I found was something called command strips. And these have been out a while, and they're really good for kind of hanging up picture frames if you don't want to use nails on your wall. And actually, they are surprisingly sturdy. I mean, this holds up to 2.7 kilograms. And so you can get different kind of strengths, if you like, of these strips. So just to give you an idea of the weight of these, not actually too heavy. And I think that's important, because when you're holding something up for a while, You don't want it to eventually fall off. And with previous systems that I've tried, that has happened. So I think that was about 0.092 kilograms. And this one, as you can see, is 0.080 kilograms. So they're not too heavy. But when I've tried things like suction cups, eventually over time, the suction removes and then they end up falling off. I hung up a Skeletor Havoc staff using that system, and it eventually kind of fell off and broke. So you don't want that to happen. So these command strips seem like a really good alternative. So what I've just done there on the back of this Mighty Max toy is I've just kind of made sure there's no grease there, just by using a bit of white spirit. And then it actually comes in quite a long strip for when you're hanging up picture frames, but I don't need it that long for this because they're quite small. So I've cut one of the strips in half. And then what you do is actually got like a Velcro backing. So you just need to kind of click those two pieces together. And then on either side of this, there's like a kind of a sticky back plastic, if you like. So you just need to remove the strip on top so you can access the adhesive. So that's quite hard to do while I'm on camera. So I've removed the cover. And as you can see there, you've got this kind of sticky pad. So I'm just going to put that in place. And again, do make sure your hands are clean. You don't want there to be any kind of dust or grease on your fingers when you're doing this. And then just really press it securely in place. And then it's just a case of removing the other kind of cover, which again is a little bit tricky, one-handed. There we go. There's my cat trying to make an appearance. And so then you simply really just stick it in place. So I've already tried this on the Ape kit. I can't remember the official name for that one, sorry. So I'm just going to push this in place, and it tells you to hold it in place for a good kind of 30 seconds. So just make sure it's nice and secure. And then once you've kind of held it there for 30 seconds, it's a good idea to leave it for at least an hour, just for that adhesive to really secure itself. So you can see I've hung up the rest of my collection. And it's only a humble collection at the moment, but I was hoping to kind of add to this collection, but really needed the space. So this has really solved that problem. As you can see, I'm just kind of give them a good tap, and they're not budging at all. And so the beauty of this system is that because it uses Velcro or type of Velcro, you can easily remove that. So if you want to kind of have a look at the contents, or, you know, if you like to kind of play around with your toys like I do, and you can easily just kind of push it back in place. But it also gives you the option of kind of moving your display around as well. So if you've never heard of command strips before, or never thought about displaying some of your toys in this way, I think this works a treat. And I'm looking forward to adding now more to this collection, as I got quite a bit of space there on the side of this bookcase to add more of the Mighty Max range. So thanks for your time on this short video from me, and I will see you again soon. Please do like and subscribe, and keep tuning in for more ideas for dioramas and toy reviews and all sorts. See you again. Bye.